Looking around GameStop here, see, I guess an interesting article. Basically, Todd Howard discusses next Fallout game and how Bethesda is in no rush to make it. We just want to get it right, which, I can agree. Definitely want to get your gaming right. But the issue, well, let's just read. With a well-received TV adaptation leading into a resurgence in popularity for the Fallout video games, 2024 has been a good year so far for Bethesda. Now that the second season of Fallout has been greenlit, the expectation for Fallout 5 is higher than ever. But Bethesda's Todd Howard says there's no plans to rush a new mainline Fallout game yet, thanks to ongoing popularity of Fallout 76. New DLC is launched. Company plans to bring the franchise back to a more meaningful way. And while I'm here, kudos for them to, go ahead and make sure that Fallout 76 is good now. I remember when it first came out, a lot of people had issues with it. I'm not a big multiplayer type person, so either way, good for them. Then says here, for other Fallout games in the future, obviously I can't talk about these right now, but I would say sort of rushing through them, or we need to get stuff out that is different than the work we've been doing in Fallout 76. We don't feel like we need to rush any of that, right now. Sorry if I messed that up. Howard said in an interview with Mr. Matty Plays, the Fallout TV show fills a certain niche in terms of the franchise and storytelling. Totally get I totally get the desire for a new kind of mainline single player game. Look, those things take time. I don't think it's bad for people who miss. I don't think it's bad for people to miss things. We just want to get it right and make sure everything we're doing in a franchise, whether Elder Scrolls, Fallout, or Starfield, that those become meaningful moments for everybody who love these franchises as much as we do. Worth noting that Fallout games are being planned, new Fallout games. But in the previous interview, Howard said that these will take a good 5-ish years to be made. Another fascinating tidbit Another fascinating tidbit from the interview is that Bethesda has no plans currently to bring the modernized versions of Fallout 1 and 2 to console. And looking to the stars, the company is planning to release annual expansions for Starfield that will answer some of the game's biggest mysteries. We want to, more or less, how long that continues, hopefully for a very long time. But that's what we're planning for, how we're explained. The one, after all, there will be the one after this, there will be another one. And I don't know that our goal is to answer every question. We sort of look at and say, hey, what's a good angle? What do we want to add to the game as far as experience or a tone of these kind of things, if that makes sense? Starfield's biggest expansion, Shattered Space, launches later this year. The game's big June update added new missions, new bounty, scanning mechanic, and open up Starfield Creation Kit. To all modders, although some players are upset about the track Alliance missions costing $7 to access. Sorry if that wasn't, read the best. But anywho, since I'm already at this part, if you never played Fallout 1 and 2, they are really cool. Fallout 2 beginning sucks. It really is very slow paced, but there is definitely very fun games in there. And I do think that they should do something like some form of mainline Fallout game. 2015 is the last Fallout mainline game. So if you're saying you're 5 years-ish away, we're looking at 2029, 2030. In my opinion, this is the issue. This is my gripe with gaming. is that when you find a franchise that you like, that you're interested in, that you love playing, and it's not, I don't know if it's necessarily to be used as a knock against them, but it has to be faster than 5 years, man. There's no reason why we should have to wait that long. And technically, we haven't waited just 5 years. We're talking about waiting 2015. What, Fallout 4 came out 2015. So from 2015 to hell, it's almost 10 years now. Next year will be 10 years. So what, we gotta wait 10 plus years to get a sequel. Like, come on, dude, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. And I just don't understand this stuff, man. You're Microsoft. You're a big company. You have you have all the money in the world. You can do whatever it is that you want to do as far as finance. And you also have Obsidian, which was, responsible for it. I know they're working on Avowed or whatever, but they were involved with, they were involved with Fallout New Vegas. So it just comes to, like, I'm not saying do a Call of Duty approach and make an annual, but you gotta have something else in there, man. And all these TV shows are gonna do, although they're interesting and fun, all they're gonna do is make people want more. And I guess you could be like, oh, well, make people want to buy more. Yeah, that's true to a degree, but it is still the fact that you are making these people wait so long. And right now, I just don't think that they can really do that. Like, this TV show will have to be really awesome, dude. Like, breaking records, I think, to have people's attention held for another 5-ish years. Like, you don't even have anything new for them. I mean, I guess you got 76, but a traditional Fallout game is more so single player. I know you can play it single player on your own, but it's really, gravitated to the multiplayer side. And I don't understand that stuff right there, man. I definitely think that Microsoft should look more into trying to do smaller projects with them, because Fallout is a more interesting story. You can definitely do smaller projects with Fallout. Why don't you just make, it styled in the way of 1 and 2? You ain't got to do, much with it or whatever. I guess Fallout Tactics. I would think it would be better to just do some smaller projects with this, especially now that you have people paying attention to the TV show. That whole wait 5 years thing is absolutely ridiculous to me. And I really do count, like, sequels in terms of, I count my life in terms of how many sequels I'll see. So if it's going to take, upwards to damn near 15 years to get a sequel from Fallout 4 or whatever, hell, I guess I got maybe like 2 or 3 more Fallouts in me before I pass through. It's just ridiculous to me. And that's the same with a lot of these games. And that's one of the most frustrating parts about gaming, in my opinion, is that when you get behind something that you really like, all these games take a long time to make. And then to add on to it, these games might disappoint you, which could be rightfully so, or just, the game just doesn't sit well with you. But it is ridiculous to wait this long. This long. We are now in Duke Nukem Forever territory when it comes to taking all the time in the world to make the games. And you can talk about technology and this and that or whatever. It's Bethesda, dude. I mean, yeah, they do great with, I guess, technology, but it should be buggy too. And just period, dude. Like, it's just, like, what's all these great new consoles we have, and we barely have anything that not only that pushes it, but just something exclusive for them, not to the system specifically, just something that's just exclusive to next gen that makes you say, hey, I want to get this. And this is the bad part about game development with me. I've been around during the earlier days, so I know it used to be 2-year periods and this and that, but I just don't think this is the right way to go about it, man. I definitely, if I was Microsoft, and I know I'm just a guppy in this world, but if I was Microsoft, I would definitely be getting smaller projects ready. You can definitely make yourself a little isometric game. Maybe not a lot of people bad, but it's something to keep you relevant, man. And that's really all it is. It ain't got to be garbage quality, but just something to keep you relevant, dude. Something to be like, hey, well, for a casual fan that, hey, I want to get into Fallout. It's something that's there. And you can say that with 76, but 76 is multiplayer focused. And the main thing about Fallout is single player. So I do think at least you would target your core gameplay with that. And you might get more people into it too. But anyway, I just want to give my 2 cents. Thanks.